Alright, good morning to all the P5 respect students. In today's lesson, I will be going through the corrections of this practice paper in which you submitted to the Google Drive last Wednesday. For those who have submitted to me, go back to the same folder again. You should see the scripts I have just written to you. The folder or the file with the word marked behind, that's the scripts. So retrieve it so that you know which are the questions you need to do corrections. So do corrections on the hard copy, of your practice paper 1. Okay, at any part of the video, you may stop so that you give you chance to think about the questions or try to do corrections on your own. Alright, do not just let the video run from question 1 to question 30, but do stop at certain part of the video. Check that you really understand how to do the corrections before you move on to the next question. Alright, so without further ado, let's start the corrections. Alright, question number 1, find the missing number. Alright, you have to find this missing number. So same thing like what I told you. Add out your right hand side first. 7 million plus 400,000 and 23. Okay, so that is the right hand side. So compare the right with the left. Okay, then you will find what is the missing number. Okay, so to find the missing number, just get the number on the right minus of the number on the left. Okay, get the number on the left minus the number on the right. Okay, sorry, make a mistake. So answer should be number 3, 60,000 and 100. Okay, all right, so let's move on. Question number 2, round off 64,189 to the nearest 1,000. Alright, so 64, so you have to ask yourself, 64,189 is between 64,000 and 65,000. Okay, because the question wants you to round off the number to the nearest 1,000. So this is the thousands place. To decide whether you round off, round up or round down, you have to look at the number to the right, which is the hundreds place. Okay, so it is a 1, so 1 you round down. Okay, so the answer is number 2, 64,000. Okay, question number 3, find the value of $371,000 divided by 700. Okay, so use back the method that I taught you. You can actually break out the 700 into, divided by 700 becomes divided by 100 and divided by 7. Okay, so divided by 100, the easier way out is to remove the 2 zeros behind. So you're left with 373,710 divided by 7. Okay, so that's where you have to do your long division. Okay, so answer says 530. So answer is number 3. Okay. Alright, so you may pause here to see whether you need to relook at any of the questions before we move on. Alright, let's go on to page 2. Alright, so apply the order operation, the 3 rules that I taught you. So first thing, do the number in the bracket first. So 73 minus 27, so 3 times 7 is 18. Okay, so you have divide, you have minus, so the rule says you have to do the division first. So 18 divided by 2, 9. Okay, so now you're left with minus and plus. So minus and plus, the rule says that you have to do left to right. So left, so 73 minus 27, 46. So plus 9. So work out the last one. 46 plus 9, 55. Okay, so answer is 3. Okay, many of you still did not show me the working. So if you have shown me the working, you will know which step you have gone wrong. Question number 5. Express 12 3/4 as an improper fraction. So improper fraction meaning to say that the number on top, we call numerator, is bigger than the number below. For example, 5/4. This is an example of improper fraction. Alright, so let's go back to this. Okay, 12 3/4 to convert into improper fraction. So the way that I think you learn in primary 4 is simply just get 4 times 12 plus 3. So repeat again, 4 times 12, which is 48, plus 3, 51. Alright, so that is how you solve this question. Okay, so 51/4, number 4. Okay, next, arrange the fractions from the smallest to the largest. Alright, so the method that I taught you is to convert all the denominator 4, 2, 8 and 6 into the same denominator. Alright, so remember our good friend. Okay, so lowest common multiple. Okay, my good friend Lim Chong Ming. Okay, LCM. So 4, 2, 8 and 6. Alright, so if you list out, let me just erase this first. If you list out all the multiples of 4, 2, 8 and 16, you find that the lowest common multiple of these 4 numbers is actually 24. It's actually 24. Okay, so that is the lowest common multiple of all the 4 numbers, 4, 2, 8 and 6. So 4 times 6, 7 times 6, 2 times 12 to get 24, 1 times 12, 8 times 3, 3 times 3, and 4 times 6 times 4, sorry, and 5 times 4, 20. Okay, so now what you have converted is you converted the fraction given to you to these 4 fractions. Now it's easier to compare because now the denominators are all the same. So from here, the question asks you to rearrange them from the smallest to the largest. So if you compare the smallest, okay, this is the smallest, 9 over 24. Alright, it's the smallest, so which is 3, 8. Okay, so that's why it's gone. Next smallest is 12, 24. So half. Next is 20 over 24, so it's 5, 6, and the last one is 7/4. Alright, so which one is the answer? Okay, correct. So answer is 2. Okay, question number 7. Round off 4.874 to 1 decimal place. So 1 decimal place. So let me just write out first. 1 decimal place is this. So in order to this is the 1 decimal place. So in order to see whether round up or down, you have to look to the number on the second decimal place. So it's a 7. So 7 suggests that you need to round up. So round up to 4.9. So answer is number 3. Okay. So if you wish, you may pause this video and relook at any other questions before we go on. Alright, let's go on to question number 8. Express 11 kg and 20 gram in grams. Now, many of you have forgotten that 1 kg is actually 1000 grams. Some of you thought it is 100. Okay, so 1 kg is 1000 grams. 11 kg will be 1000 times 11, 11,000 grams. Right, so 11,000, we still have the 20 over here, so 11,000 plus 20, so 11,020 grams. Okay, answer is number 3. Okay, question number 9. Danny left his house at 15:45 to meet his friends. He reached his destination at 17:03. How long did he take to reach his destination? Okay, so do not get 17:03 minus 15:45. Okay, let me warn you again, this is not the correct method to do questions like this. So use the number line. Okay, so use the number line to help you. So this is 15:45. Okay, so you have to work out from here to here. Let's say it's 1700 hours. Okay, so this will be 1 hour 15 minutes. Okay, then you still have 3 minutes. Alright, so 1 hour 15 minutes plus 3 minutes, add them up, the total will be 1 hour and 18 minutes. Okay, so answer is number 2. Question 10. Alright, based on the figure given to you, identify a pair of parallel lines. Okay, so repeat. This is what we revised the other day. Parallel lines are lines when they will never meet in either the left or the right. Okay, in either direction, these two lines they will never meet. Okay, so that is a parallel lines. So if based on this, the answer will be number 2, AB, which is this line, and DC, which is this line. Okay, this is the pair of parallel lines. So answer is number 2. Okay, so those who make mistakes, you might want to look at your answer and check whether that are they parallel lines or not. Okay, so you may want to pause the video at this part to relook at question 8 to 10 to see if you need to if you actually have understood how to do these questions. Okay, alright, let's continue to page 4. Question 11. Study the number pattern below. Find the missing number. So for this type of questions, since it is a number pattern, that means the numbers either increasing or decreasing based on a pattern. Alright, so one way is to check. For example, if I were to get this number minus of this number, okay, all right, that is where you find out that it's increasing by 1100. Okay, now we need to confirm whether is it true that every number is increasing by 1100. So that's where you get the second number, take away the third number minus the second number. Okay, you realize that yes, indeed, the numbers are actually increasing by 1100. Okay, so once you identify this, that is where you know that the missing number, you just simply get 4999 plus 1100. Okay, so that is where you get your 6099. So answer is number 3. Okay, all right, question number 12. Which of the following figures shows that 5/6 of the figure is shaded? Okay, so one of the more tedious way is to find out what's the total. So if you were to look at all the 4, they're actually all the same. So what's the total number of squares? So 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3. So 6 times 3, 18. That is the total number of squares that you have in options 1 to 4. So since they want to know which one 5/6 of it is shaded, so if you look at the first one, 1 2 3 4 5, 5 over 18 of the figure is shaded. Look at this one, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Then this one is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, so what we have done is we actually expressed the fractions of the figure being shaded, and you see which one is actually 5/6. So obviously this is not this one. Okay, let's reduce it to simplest form. Divide by 2, divide by 2, find 9. Okay, so no. This one divide by 3, divide by 3. Okay, so this one yes, divide by 3, divide by 3. Okay, you can reduce, divide by 2, divide by 2, 2/3. Okay, so this one not. So that's why answer is number 3. Okay, right. So if you need to, pause the video now. Okay, if not, let's go on to page 5, question 13 and 14. Okay, so J emptied a bottle of orange juice into a container. The container below, so this is the container that we're talking about, shows the amount of the orange juice in one bottle. So what is the volume of 3? Okay, this is a keywords that you mustn't forget. 3 similar bottles of the orange juice. So before we do that, we need to find out how much orange juice is there in one bottle. Okay, so if you look at this, the question only tell you that this is 1 liter. The question did not tell you the marking, how the volume of each marking, how much does it represent. So if you see carefully, you have how many marking here? 1 2 3 4, 4 markings. So 4 markings, so 1 liter equals to 1000 milliliters. 4 markings, so 1000 divided by 4, 250. All right, that means each marking represents 250. So this is 250 ml, this should be 500 ml, and this should be 750 ml, and then the last one should be 1000 ml, which is actually 1 liters. Okay, so from here you know this is where the amount of orange juice, so that means 1 bottle contains 750 ml of orange juice. So the question wants 3 bottles, so 750 times 3. Okay, so that's where you get your 2250 ml, which is 2 liters, 250 ml. Alright, so that's the answer is number 4. Question 14. Find the area of the shaded triangle. Alright, shaded triangle, that means you only focus on this triangle. Alright, okay, only focus on this. Okay, so again the formula is half base times height. Okay, so look at the shaded triangle. This is the base. This is the base. So the base is this part, which is 12 minus 8, 4. Alright, 12 minus 8 is 4. So I know the base is 4. Okay, the height will be here. This is the height. Okay, I'm going to use red ink. This is the height. Because the base and the height, they do give you a right angle. So the height will be here, 5. Okay, so divided by 2, 2 times 5 is 10. Right, so answer is 1. Okay, this question, some of you did a very long method. You find the area of the big triangle, then find the area of the unshaded triangle and minus 3 steps. There's no need to. Right, so this formula for this question, just apply the formula, because you can find the base, which is 4 cm, you know the height, which is 5, just apply the formula will do. Okay, right. Okay, question 15. Okay, this question, I think many of you don't quite understand the question. That's why question 15 is quite badly done. Alright, most of you couldn't do 15. Okay, question 15. When you are given graphs, you need to understand what the graph is telling you, what kind of information the graph is telling you. Because in this question, there are 2 graphs. The first graph talk about the total number of books borrowed every month, okay, of this library in this school by the primary 5 pupils from January to February. So you can see January, February, March, April, okay, every month. So next, you need to make sense of the numbers. So from here, if you look at, just focus on this. Okay, 40 to 60. Now you need to see that from 40 to 60, how many markings are there? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 markings. So 40 to 60, the value is 20 divided by 5. So it's 4. That means every marking represents 4. So that means, for example, what I'm trying to say is from 0, this will be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay, this is important for you to actually know the value of each marking. Okay, so I'm going to erase this so that it's clearer. So once you know this, you will see that we need to write down the number for each. For example, let's look at January. January is this part here. So it's this one will be 44, 48, 52. So this is 52. February, 60, 1 marking, so 62. and then March this will be 60, quite straightforward, and April this will be 48. Okay, alright, so the first graph tells you the total number of books borrowed by the P5 pupils for each month: January, February, March, and April. Okay, second graph tells you different things. Second graph tells you the total number of books borrowed by each class, okay, from January to February. That means the 4 months. How many books did each class actually borrow? So using the same method, 5A 54, 5B 64. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. The marking here is different now. Okay, the marking here is different now. Okay, so from here 50 to 60 is only 10, and there are 5 markings there, so it's 2. So each marking is 2. So for 5A 52, 54, 5B 60, 62, 5C is here, so it's 40, 40 here, 42, 44, 46, and 48, and 5D will be 60. Okay, so the marking for the two graphs is different, so you need to see very carefully. Alright, so once you have these figures, okay, then you are good to actually look at the question now. Okay, so the table actually shows the number of books borrowed by each of the class. Okay, so a lot information. Right, so Mrs. Lee accidentally spilled some ink onto the data, and you're supposed to use the information given. That means in page 6, the graph, find the number of books borrowed by 5B in April, meaning you just need to focus on this. This is what you're supposed to find. You're not but before you can find the answer, you need certain information. Okay, you need this. Okay, for example. Okay, so how do we do this? So you need to refer back to your page 6. So let's look at this 5A. Okay, so for this, you see that in order to look for this, you need to refer back 5B. If you look at 5B now, 5B, you need, let me see, okay, in January it's 52. Okay, so let me just draw out this part here for you to see. So if you look at the graph 5B, they actually, okay, no, let me put this back first. We don't need this first. So 5B, you need to know that for January the total books is 62. Sorry, it's 52. How do I get 52? It's over here. So that is the total number of books borrowed by the pupils, all the pupils from all the 4 classes, 52. Okay, so but if you, meaning to say this 52 includes this, and this. So if you get 52 minus 15 minus 11 minus 12. Okay, I could do a bit of shortcut here. So answer is 14. So this part will be 14. Okay, so I repeat, where do I get these 3 numbers from? It's actually from here, here, and here. Because 52, if you refer back to the graphs, 52 is the total number of books borrowed by all the 4 classes in January, and this is in January. Okay, so this is how I get the data that 5B borrowed 14 books in January. Okay, so next, what do I need to do now? I need to actually look at April. Okay, April. Okay, before I find April, I need to find, let me see, April is $62. So if you look at 5B, okay, 5B actually borrowed 62 in total. Okay, this 62 here. So from here, this is the total that I have. So I will minus off my 14, which is from here, minus off my 18, minus off my 12. Okay, so shortcut. So this I get 18. Alright, so 18, and that is question now, answer number 2. Alright, okay, so you might want to pause here and re-look at this part again of how I get the answer. Okay, so you find that for this whole question, this value and these two values, actually they are not important at all. Right? Okay, let's go on. I hope so far you are doing well. Okay, let's look at question 16. Find the value of 589 times 27. Okay, so I think quite a number of you have forgotten how to do this type of question. Okay, so some of you make mistakes along the way. Right, so 589 times 27. So let's focus on the 7 first. Okay, let's look at the 7. So 9 times 7, 63. 8 times 7, 56. 56 plus 6, 62. 5 times 7, 35 plus 6, 41. Okay, so let's focus on the 2. 2 is actually 20. 20, so put a 0 here. 9 times 2, 18. 8 times 2, 16 plus 1, 17. 6 times 2, 12. 12 plus 1, 13. Alright, so add them out. Okay, so I think I made a mistake somewhere. 9 times 7, 63. 8 times 7, 56. 56 plus 1, 2. 5 times 7, 35. 30. Okay, 5 times 2. Oh, 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, this part is wrong. Sorry. Alright. 5 times 2 is 10, 10 plus 1, 11. Okay, so answer is 15,903. Question 17. List down all the common multiple. Some of you went to list down the common multiple. They want factors, alright? So first thing, we have to list down all the factors of 24. So factors are 1 times 24. I told you, you start with 1 first. It's much easier. Then you increase the number. 2 times 12. 3 times 8. 4 times 6. 5, no, there's no 6. 6 times 4. You go back to this already. So let's stop. Okay, 36. Start with 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, 5, no, 6 times 6. Okay, so that's all. So from here, they want the common. So 1 is a common, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Alright, so these are all the common multiples of 24 and 36. Alright, so 1, you must list down all. Because the question asks for all. Any missing factors, you will not get the 1 mark. Okay, you must list down all the 6 common multiples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay, question 18. Find the value of this given to you, and they want your answer to be in decimal. Okay, so 7, 2/10 is 0.2, 9 over 1000 is 0.009. Okay, so add them up, 7.209. Alright. Okay, question 19. Okay, question 19, I know ratio I have not taught you yet. Okay, so that's why most of you cannot do this question. So don't worry, when we meet again back to school, I will be starting this topic, okay, on ratio. So maybe this one you just keep it aside first. Okay, I will go through this question with your ratio when we go back to school. Okay, question 20, draw a line perpendicular to AB, pass through C. Okay, so there are 3 conditions that you need to take note in this. First, it must be perpendicular. Okay, next, it must be perpendicular to this line AB. Okay, this is the line they're talking about. And it must pass through C, which is the line. Okay, so again, you can use your set square or your ruler to help you. Alright, so from here, okay, that is where you will get cut through. So what I do is I can start from C first, and then it will cut through. Okay, I'm not using ruler, but you're supposed to. Okay, let me see, I think I can use ruler. Okay, alright, so you use this and then you cut through. Right, so that is one answer. Of course, some of you continue. Alright, which is also fine. Okay, doesn't matter. So either you touch AB or you cut through AB, it is fine. Alright, so that is the line that I want to see. Okay, alright, let's go on to page 10. Page 10, question 21 to 30. Take note, these questions, they are 2 marks each. So if you need to show me working, because even if you show me working, I can still give the method mark even though your answer might be wrong. Alright, so let's look at question 21. It takes 2/5 minutes to print 1 photo. So 1 photo is going to take 2/5 minutes. How long does it take to print 215 photos? Alright, so 1 photo 2/5 minutes, 215 will be 2/5 times 215. Right, so you can simplify, divide by 5, divide by 5. So 2 times 43, 86. So it will take you 86 minutes. Question 22. A bag costs $25.90. A pair of shoes cost 4 times as much as the bag. So like what I told you, the 4 will go to the shoes, the 1 will go to the bag. Okay, so if you were to draw a model, the shoe will be 4 units, the bag will be 1 unit. Okay, and you know that the bag costs $25.90. Okay, so the question wants you to find the total cost, which is the whole thing of the bag and the shoes. That's where quite a number of you just simply get $25.90 times 4. So if you look at the model, you should actually times 5. Okay, you should actually times 5 to find the total cost, because there are 5 units in total. So total cost $25.90. There are 5 units there, times 5. Okay, don't just take my answer, work it out and see whether you get $129.50. Alright, okay, this is just one way of doing. Some of you, I saw that you went to look for the shoes. Okay, the shoes will be $25.90 times 4, but that is just the cost of the shoes. After that, you still need to add to the bag, which is $25.90. Okay, the method also can, but that one is 2 steps. Okay, the method I'm showing you is just 1 step, provided you actually understand the models. Okay. Question 23, find the area of the triangle. So this question, there's no shaded triangle because there's only one triangle there. Okay, but they give you the length of all the 3 sides. You will need to know which one is the length, which one is the base, which one is the height. Okay, so again, the formula. So as I said, look for the right angle. This is the right angle. So this line and this line, they meet to give you the right angle. That means I can take my base as 20, my height as 15, or vice versa, doesn't matter. Meaning this 25 there is there just to distract you, because this 25 does not form a right angle with any one of the other 2. Alright, okay, so divide by 2, divide by 2. So 10 times 15, 150. Okay, alright. This question, most of you have no problem, alright. So it shows that you actually know how to identify the base and the height. Okay, well done. Okay, question 24. Okay, so Hazira is facing north, so he's facing north right now. Okay, this is north, and she's going to make 2 turns. First turn, 135 degrees clockwise. You need to understand clockwise, meaning clockwise is this, clockwise. Okay, clockwise. Follow the clock. Okay, clockwise. So 135, and then second turn will be 3/4 turn, also clockwise. Okay, so first thing first, you need to understand that for this, every turn, okay, because this whole thing is 90, that means every turn here is 45. Okay, you need to understand this part. This is important. It's every turn here is actually 45. Okay, so I erase this. Okay, so let's start. So this is where she started. She's facing north. So let's look at the first turn first. 135 clockwise. So start from here. Okay, 135. So from here to here is 45. Another 45. Another 45. Okay, so that is where she is now after the first turn. Okay, now she's going to make another, this is the second turn now, 3/4 turn clockwise. So from here, okay, she's here now. From here, 3/4. So this is 1/4. This is another 1/4, so it's the second quarter. Okay, and then from here, this is the third quarter. Okay, so this is the final. Okay, she's here. Alright, so now we know that she is facing this direction. So if this is okay, so now we need to label. So this is north, this must be south. So this must be west, this one must be east. So here will be north, east. Right? Okay. So if you're still confused, do pause and then go back to the segment that I first started explaining this question again and relook at the question again. Okay, then question 25. Given that ABCD is a rectangle, once you know it's rectangle, it's understood that all these four angles must be 90 degrees. Okay, you're supposed to find angle CAE. Okay, where is CAE? CAE, so you will follow CAE. This is the angle that you're looking out for. Okay, you're supposed to find this angle. Alright, so since you know that this is a right angle, so angle CAE would be 90 degrees minus of 37 minus of 21 degrees. Alright, so answer is 32. Okay, alright. Okay, this one I think most of you have no problem except one of you who make careless mistakes. So draw a symmetrical figure with dotted lines as shown. Okay, so this is the line of symmetry. Okay, this is a line of symmetry. Right, so I'm gonna use, okay, so let's see. So you're supposed to draw, take note of the squares. So from here is, so you have to draw from here. Okay, here, go down to symmetrical. This one will be all the way here. Then here. All the way here. And after that, join back. Okay, so that will be the answer. Right. Okay, question 27. The bar graph shows the number of pets owned by 40 pupils. So the graph tells you that some of them do not have any pets. That is 0, 1 pet, 2 pets, 3 pets, and 4 pets. Okay. So the question asks, how many pupils own at least 2? At least 2. At least 2 meaning can be 2, can be 3, can be 4. Alright, at least 2 doesn't mean only 2 pets. Can be 2, can be 3, can be 4. So that is where 2, that will be 10, 3 will be 5, and 4 will be 1. Okay, so add up the numbers. So 16 of them own at least 2 pets. Okay, question 28. Okay, Kaylee is 15.5 kg lighter than Linda. So I'm going to draw the model. Start drawing the model first. Okay, so alright, so Kaylee and Linda. Alright, so Kaylee is lighter than Linda. That means Linda one should be longer by 15.5 kg. Okay, then Mandy is 7.59 kg heavier than Linda. This is the part. This, what I've drawn is the model for Linda. That means you need to extend by another 7.59 for Mandy. Alright, so if this part is 15.5, this part must be also 15.5 kg. So the question asks, how much heavier is Mandy more than Kaylee? That means this is the more. Okay, let me use another color. This is the more that I'm talking, the question wants. How much heavier is mainly model KD? Alright, so if you draw the model correctly, they simply want you to get 15.5 plus 7.59. Okay, now when you're adding this, be very careful because this is 1 decimal place, this is 2 decimal place. So 15.5 plus 7.59. Okay, so there should be a 0 here. So 9, 3, 2. Okay, so it's 23.09 kg heavier. Okay, and last page, question 29. This question, I think most of you did not get it correct. Many of you just tell me 8 because you don't quite understand the question. Okay, the figure shows the rectangular glass box partly filled with unit cubes. So the cubes here are all unit cubes, that means they are all the same. Okay, Fatima completely filled the box with unit cube. Completely, that means the whole container, the whole glass box is filled with the cubes. So the question asking you, how many cubes are there all together? All together means when the glass box is completely filled. Okay, then how many are they all together? It's not asking you simply go and count. Most of you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. That's wrong. Okay, so you need to understand this question is not asking you go and count how many cubes there are. You can see the question asking you, after Fatima has completely filled the box with cubes, how many cubes are there? Alright, so it's something like volume, like you have learned last year in primary 4. So from here you can see that along the length you can have, this is the length, alright, you can fill 4 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at the breadth. Okay, you can fill 1, 2. Actually, there's 1 cube you cannot see, but below here. Alright, below here, so it's 1, 2, 3. You can find 3. Here, you can, the height is 1, 2, 3. Alright, so the length you can get 4 cubes, the breadth 3, and then the height is 3. So to find out total, just get 4 times 3 times 3, 36. So if she were to fill out the entire glass box with cubes, there will be a total of 36 cubes. Okay, question 30. Okay, function wants to buy some pencils, and this is the cost. If you just buy 1 box, that will be $1. If you buy more, 5 boxes, you only pay $4. 10 boxes, you pay $7. Alright, so if you look at the pricing, you find that the more you buy, each box will actually cost less. Okay, so what is the most number of boxes that she can buy with $146? Okay, so answer of course is not 146. Okay, we want to see whether how can we help him to buy as many as possible. Okay, so first thing, of course we go for the maximum, because 10 boxes, if he were to buy 10 boxes which cost only $7, that will be the cheapest. So if you get 147, divide by the $7, okay, that's the maximum. He can actually get 20. Okay, 20. Let me do. Okay, 20 with a remainder of 6. Okay, what does it 20 mean? That means he can get 20 times 10, which is here. Alright, which is here. 200 boxes of the pencils. Okay, so that is the first part. Okay, with the money he can actually get the maximum, which is because 10 boxes cost $70. We can do that as one group. So get 147 divided by 7, 146 divided by 7, you can get 20 groups. Each group is 10 boxes, so 20 times 110 is 200 boxes. Okay, alright, of course that's not the answer, because don't forget it's the remainder of 6. Okay, remainder of 6. So out from the 6, okay, that is the second part. Okay, for the 6, because 5 boxes cost only $4, so we can divide the $6 into 4 and $2, because the $4 that allows him to buy 5 boxes, which is here, 5 boxes. Okay, 5 boxes is here. Of course, the last one is only $2, where he can buy only 2 boxes. And this part is this part here. Okay, so let's see. Meaning now he can buy 200 boxes here, 5 boxes here, and 2 boxes here. So total he can buy 200 plus a 5 plus a 2. Alright, so that's why he can buy actually 207 boxes of pencil, and that is the most number of boxes he could buy with the $146. Alright, so these are the corrections for all the 30 questions. Alright, I want you to do your corrections on the hard copies based on what I marked. You don't have to print out the one that I marked. Okay, so but do corrections on the hard copies, and when I next see you back to the class, I'm going to mark all the corrections. Okay, alright, as I said, this video, please do play back to any of the questions that you do not understand. Okay, ensure that you understand how to do it. Keep playing the videos until you have understood how to do all the 30. If you still cannot, please get your parents to send me a message, and then I will help you from there. Alright, so thank you. See you.